It's going live. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Sorry, small technical difficulty that needs to be dealt with first, and then we can move on to the scene. Has everyone got their cameras working?
Yep.
Okay, good. Okay. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and welcome once again to those watching my YouTube channel to Tarheel by Dark again. This time, my new character is Harry Walsh, a student working on his PhD in engineering, which means that I will be getting to finally tap the engineering library that my father left me. But anyway, I digress. The character, Harry Walsh, has just moved in from Boston, Massachusetts at MIT to transfer to NC State. He is currently out on the town in Raleigh, North Carolina, and specifically he is currently going to the governor's mansion, which is the local Elysium. And upon arriving there, the scene starts from there.
All right. As you get to the governor's mansion, the place is relative security is quite tight. I mean, tighter than you would expect in a public location, especially a public location that closes to the public at night. There are down. Since this character is new to the town around, are basically on a block together. There's a cobblestone walkway between the two of them. Across from the museum, literally across the street, is the old state capitol building, which they still hold. They still do state legislature meetings in. About 2 blocks away is the governor's mansion, and on the way to the governor's mansion is the state archives and the state library.
I think that Harry's probably going to walk up to the Harry's realizing where the lockdown's been happening. Quietly walks up to a guard and says, "Excuse me, is the..." Trying to figure out the correct word to use without breaching the masquerade. This is internal thoughts right now. Is the company president currently available to speak to a new employee?
The fact that you're there catches him off guard just slightly, as it's about that time you see a flashlight lens pops up in your face, and he looks back up just slightly confused. "I'm sorry, sir, I didn't see you there."
Yeah, sorry for the...
Me off guard a little bit.
Yeah, sorry for the disturbance. Hi, he pulls out a card and hands it to him. Harry Walsh, I'm an engineer. I'm a new employee with the company, and I'm here to speak to the local company president.
The gentleman eyes you slightly as he puts up a finger. Just give me just a second. And you see he puts one of his hands up to his ear and he starts speaking. "Yeah. Hey, David. Yeah, there's a guy here said something about that he's new to the company." Uh-huh. Yeah, I've got a card. Look, I've got a name if you can look it up real quick. All right. Be just a second, sir.
No problem. Take your time. In the meantime, does anybody else happen to wander into the area?
Oh yeah, this would be about the time. Mr. Ashford Rolling Stone, Mr. Sneaky Vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Well, try and, approach the area, and with 4 success on that freaking stealth. Woo!
What would it be? Perception what to try to hear him coming up on me, noting that I'm at a difficulty of -2?
Alertness.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I took the hard of hearing flaw out, so that means I'm actually
Yeah, you should have at regular difficulty.
Okay, so then it's going to be perception alertness. Hang on, let me double check.
That's
Oh no, I have the hard of hearing flaw, so it'll be -2.
Holy crap, wow. That's a good roll.
Okay, so perception alertness is 4 at difficulty 7. And 3 successes, so I don't hear you.
Nope.
That's right, 2 successes.
Well,
So
you
I don't
hear
hear you.
something. You hear footsteps, but you're assuming that there's nothing suspicious about it.
No,
I mean,
I hear
you're
I
in a
hear
major.
someone coming. Yeah, I hear someone coming up behind me, but I'm just like, meh, shrug shoulders. It's probably nothing important.
Yeah. All right. The gentleman with the guard turns back to you. Sir, unfortunately, we don't have your name on our records. What we can do, if you're interested, though, I can get you a visitor pass.
That would work fine. As I said, I just recently transferred, so my paperwork has probably not come through yet. As he raises his eyebrows and gives a look, knowing.
All right. Give me just a couple minutes, sir. You see, as he steps into a little guard shack just inside of the about 12 or 13-foot tall security fence that goes around the perimeter of the mansion.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and this is going to be the fun part. And the best part is I've got a gift for the prince. I've got a gift for the prince, so I think it's something he'll like too.
I said you're still hearing those footsteps behind you.
Yep. My character, hearing the footsteps, turns around to just kind of look and take in the night air, and happens to spot Ashford, just not realizing that Ashford's anyone important. You know, sees him in the periphery.
And Cynthia following close behind him, trying to be sneaky yourself too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you also notice that, again, given the fact that this is a Saturday, the streets are pretty active this evening. A large majority of them seem to be college students. You do know that, now, this specifically of probably of interest to you, Harry, you do know that there's a good number of them that are heading to the Science Museum that's a couple of blocks back.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, my character's thinking he might afterwards decide to go take a stroll and see how accurate the museum is.
Cool.
Yeah.
And basically, as you were walking down here, you did see a placard out beside of the museum that had something about a astronomy exhibit that's going to be open tonight.
Oh, nice.
Which, by the way, it's about 8 o'clock at night in scene right this moment.
Right.
So you see the Ashford and his lady of the evening apparently are heading your way.
Yep. And as the guys walking by and Harry sees the man walking with his lady of the evening. He chuckles to himself and says, "De gustibus non est disputandum," and then just kind of shakes his head and just continues taking in the view.
Ashford gives the guard kind of an annoying grin. If I need to roll my fame, I will. But no,
dude. Don't worry about it, dude. He actually sees you and throws up a wave.
Oh, he'll return it and just kind of grin. How's the evening going?
It's been pretty quiet. My gentleman here apparently is new to the company. As you see, the guard winks knowingly.
Yeah, it's good to get some fresh blood in the area.
Yep. Also, this time the guard also has returned with that same visitor pass he was speaking of, and he has a ink pen in his hand as well as he handed it to you. Just need you to sign the back of this, bud.
No problem. Walsh, Harry takes it and signs the back of it, and then just quickly flips it on and is ready to go.
What he's gave you essentially is a temporary pass badge, the same type of badge you would see as something like a military ID.
Right.
Where basically it's just just literally says visitor, and you see there's a barcode on the bottom of it.
Right. And Harry upon seeing the wave from Nathaniel, walks over and says, "Ah, so you're a fellow. So are you one of the regional supervisors of the company?" And gives a knowing sorry, That was, I apologize. We redact that last statement. What it should have read was what I should have said was, "Hi, are you a fellow member of the company?"
Oh, yes, somewhat of an unofficial information disseminator, you might say. You just
Ah.
kind
So then you'd be the IT support then, I take it. He says with a knowing grin.
one of my talents. One of my talents.
Ah, I dabble a little bit myself. I dabble a little bit myself. I dabble a little bit myself in the realms of IT and computers. Pulls out his business card and hands it to Ashford. Harry Walsh. I'm an engineer. I'm conducting my PhD in engineering at NC State just now. I'll be starting my 3rd year in January.
Fantastic. Any specific areas?
I've got a number of the backgrounds, but let's see. Amongst the areas I've worked, I've done aerospace engineering. I've done engineering pertaining to solar panel and other tech, quantum computers, and a number of other environmental technologies. I've worked on windmills, desalination plants. I've worked on a number of different things.
Fantastic. Get us less dependent on those filthy Saudis and their silks and oil-drenched underwear. All right. Fantastic.
At this Harry Walsh beams and goes, funnily enough, I've been saying the exact same thing since I first found out about the Keeling curve. And wiggles his eyebrows knowingly.
Ashford just kind of grins, beaming himself. Oh, if you need
this goes to having let the two of you, exchange pleasantries.
Yep.
He invites you there to step inside the security, the perimeter fence, and as you do so, what you see before you, I don't know if you guys have seen the picture of what the governor's mansion looks like, but unfortunately, I can't get it up right this minute because Google's being a little slow. But if you Google image North Carolina governor's mansion.
It's nice.
It'll be it's all over. It's all over Google.
Okay. So we get past the guard gate.
Yeah, it's. But basically, as you step inside, he takes you up to a vestibule area where basically another guard is standing there as he validates your pass. Same way with Mr. Ashford. And the two of you.
And while he's doing that, not as a bribe, but as a kind of, he says, "Thank you for working on the village." Well, actually give him about $100 and slip it into his pocket, just kind of roll.
Sorry, could you repeat that? You roboted.
Oh, sorry. Well, as he's validating the pass, Ashford, just to thank him for his diligence on a Saturday, will actually roll up $500 and stick it in his pocket and just kind of pat it, give him a grin. Thanks for watching our asses.
And Cynthia kind of gives a light nod to the guard, also thanking him and introducing himself up to Harry too.
So, seeing an appearance 5, whatever, dressed in, I'm assuming, goth, silks attire, kind of Victorian dress sort of thing.
Leather and lace, dearie. Basically leather shorts and a lace top.
Side of the building is a grand spiral, a grand staircase that extends up to at least a second, maybe a third story. And the floor, you're almost sure that the floor is marble. The handrail on the staircase, if it's not oak, it's mahogany.
Just to clarify, I do have intelligence. Sorry, hang on. Try to figure out which one of these disciplines would, which one of these knowledges would actually fall under architecture, because my character is an engineer after all. Which one would be the appropriate one? Would it be academics? Would it be academics? Would it be academics or science to verify the?
Probably more science.
All right, I'm going to roll intelligence
In this
science.
case.
That's 9. Intelligence science. I am not declaring my specialty of either any of my specialties because they don't directly apply here. So that'll be 9 dice, and
Yeah.
let's see if I can identify.
Neither one of the specialties really apply.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, one of them is applied physics, so that might apply here. We'll see. Either way.
Yeah.
Ooh. 2 of those got neutralized, so that was 1 success.
You're pretty sure it's mahogany.
Okay, so yeah.
That's
like,
what you're seeing. It's either mahogany or it's a sim.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now the floor though, you're 100% sure it's marble.
All right. Yeah. Sorry. Out of character coughs. Anyway.
Yep.
Now
also, as you're examining, the architecture here, on the end of the handrail basically is curves back on itself into a seashell-like design.
Yep.
On the tip of the handrail is a gemstone that has been built into the handrail. It is actually, in this, I'm not even going to have you roll for this one. It's a ruby quartz.
Oh, nice.
Shiny.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see that there actually is a guest book sitting right there by as well as a number of what looks like pamphlets, either pamphlets or brochures or something.
Well, Harry will actually go over and walk over to the guest book and proceed to sign his name in the guest book for having signed in. Just saying,
Right.
looking forward to.
You see above your name, you see a number of other names, and the times have been within the last about 10 or 15 minutes. You see a Mark, an Andy Amos,
Mm-hmm.
and a Michael Day.
Okay.
Ashford will sign in as well and kind of imperiously go ahead and take care of Cynthia's name and just kind of, follow into the room noting the names and be like, okay, got him look official, got him straighten up the posture, just, you see him just kind of go rigid a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like you said, it is a brochure. It's a stack of brochures that are basically sitting right there by the guest book. Apparently it's a directory of the area and of the mansion itself. And basically, as you pick it up and start, it's got a little history on the mansion. What the governor does, things like that. And apparently, that being said, this is not just the prince's mansion. This is apparently the state governor's mansion.
Harry will flip through the brochure, specifically looking for one particular name. He's looking for the name. He's looking for any possible alias or anagram for the name, or even just the name itself. Sam Josiah.
The only name you see is Patrick McCoy.
Mm-hmm. Assumes it must be the governor, or assumes it must be the governor. Shrugs and goes, "Oh well, this one won't be of any help to me." He's kind of muttering
that as the state's governor. Yeah, it actually is signed Patrick McCoy, or Patrick with Patrick, and then the word name Pat is in quotations, and under it is the name is it, and there's an R in parentheses beside of the governor.
Yep, and he just shrugs and goes, "Ah well, just more information for the public, I guess," and proceeds to tuck it in his pocket and trot back over to Nathaniel. So at this point he looks around and says, Are we free to drop? Are we free to use? Basically, he walks over to Nathaniel and says, "Are we free to use? Are we free to use the technical jargon now?"
Technical jargon in Elysium, I suspect, would be all right.
Just wondering if he can drop the pretense now, because he's not actually sure whether there's any mortals still kicking around who might be a problem.
There's a few. You see that there is one guard, looks like, is here in the room that actually is armed. But you see that the gentleman has on his collar is a pendant. And the pendant, Josh Ashford immediately recognizes this. Harry might have to roll.
Well, it would be intelligence occult, presumably.
Pendant is that of a around it.
Okay, so let me roll then to find out. Intelligence occult coming right up.
Yep.
That's 2 successes.
Okay, you have seen this emblem used before in various vampire meetings.
Technically speaking, that's 3 successes because of prodigy.
Yeah, it is the clan symbol. Yeah, it's the clan symbol of the venture.
Okay, good. Realizing that my character is now in safe territory, he drops the pretense and goes, okay, now that I can speak freely, I'm actually here to speak to Sam Josiah if he's and introduce myself if he's currently available, or to find out how to make an appointment with him.
Well, even if he's not, introducing himself to the court would be helpful. There are members of the court in attendance. You get your name out there, get some recognition. But I'd like to talk to you about maybe starting up an alternative energy company when you have the time, just at another evening at your convenience.
Let me make an appointment with you on that. You will have permission to. Let me make a note of this. He actually quickly makes a note on the notepad that he has with him, just to make absolute sure that he doesn't forget. He has eidetic memory, but it's more of a "this is important, do not forget." As in, do not go. He literally writes in his book, appointment with this guy. Appointment with, what's your name, by the way?
Nathaniel Ashford, sir.
Appointment with Nathaniel Ashford. Do not go territorial on his ass. In big capital letters in his book, and quickly puts it away. And then says, okay, well, great. Good to know that the court's good to know that there's at least people of the court locally available I can speak to. I need to get my name. I need to get my name put out there. I've been sent by my former benefactor to come to Tarheel and try to work some things out with regards to newer alternative energy technology. Anyway, so working with you would probably be a good idea. I'll set up an appointment to talk to you back at NC State in a little while. My lab is he says my lab number's on the card, by the way.
Oh, greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. He'll just kind of sketch a bit of a small bow. Adjust.
All right. As the two of you are conversating, a gentleman begins making his way down the stairwell. Gentleman as seen in the picture here on my camera. And he is indeed dressed very close to how he's dressed in the picture. He is missing the scarf. Yep. And you see he has a very nice fedora tucked up under his arm. And you see he actually apparently has some type of a ear device, maybe a Bluetooth in. It is beeping and he is speaking. Yes, sir. We found the vaults, but we haven't had a chance to get it open yet. Marquez and Andy are down there now, seeing what they can do about it.
And
yes, sir. I'm already on it.
I'm gonna roll perception alertness to see if I hear this. I am hard of
Oh
hearing.
yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to. Oh, you probably do, but that's
Yeah,
fine.
so I do. That's why I'm at difficulty. Well, yeah, I'm at difficulty 7 for this. So let me take a look. Nope, I don't hear
Not a
this.
clue.
Not a clue.
Not a clue. You see his mouth moving, but you don't hear it.
Yeah, it's just like, and he's like, God dang it! I've probably lost enough here. Actually, that is a good question. Well, it doesn't matter now. Anyway, it's just like, but yeah, it's just like, God dang it! I've really got.
If it's what I think it is, we'll address it later. Yeah.
No.
All right. So
It's
yeah,
just,
he's made his way down to the bottom of the stairwell, and
yeah.
Ashford, him seeing you, he nods his head, and as he turns his attention to Harry, he stops. Hey, sir. I'm gonna need to call you back, sir. No, don't worry about it. It's nothing big. I'll get it taken care of. Yeah, it's fine. Just some unknown that we need to check up on.
Sorry, that's me.
Yes, sir.
laughing
As
when I
always.
got it.
Yeah, as always. Yeah, yes, my prince. As always. You see, he puts his hand up and he hits the Bluetooth, turning it off, and he speaks. Okay, Mr. Ashford, I know who you are, and I'm assuming the young lady there with you is with you, but who are you?
Pulls out a business card and hands it. He's probably going to start running low on cards soon and may have to restock. He's only got like 15 in his wallet.
Yeah.
Harry Walsh. I'm an
The gentleman
engineer.
looks down. The gentleman looks down at the card, reading along as you explain. Also, you notice on his collar is a similar pendant to what the guard was wearing. This
Right.
one is a rose.
I'm going to roll for that. Again, wait, Clan of the Rose. I should know that one automatically, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to have you roll for that one. This is the Toreador clan symbol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and basically says that he's an engineer. He says, by the way, I'm of Clan Bruja, in case you're wondering.
Been wondering where your people were. Your family's been kind of lacking here in the state.
Yeah, I literally just got in. Like about a couple of barely 2 or 3 days ago. I've got my lab set up, and figured now that I've got everything set for NC State, I might as well come and introduce myself.
Yes, the young gentleman is quite the aspiring engineer.
Sorry, this is out of character, but I'm having a bit
Indeed,
of.
I'll have to see if I can get up with Miss Reynolds, introduce you. Yes, Michael Day. Michael Day, the clan of the Rose. If you were not already aware.
No. It's Harry offers his hand to shake and says, "Ah, yes, I saw your name in the guest book."
Yes, yeah. There's a few of us here this evening. Is good number of the Toreador here this evening.
So
Yeah, Mr. Levitoya and Miss Amos are both came in ahead of me. I don't know if they're still here or not, but.
sorry, you were saying. Ashford.
I didn't mean to eavesdrop or overhear something I shouldn't, but I do have a certain expertise with finding my way into things. You need help with that vault. Some way to breach it.
Actually, Marquez might be appreciative of that.
Hold
Apparently, obviously not here. Because I know Jake had to drop, but we can still intro the vault. Yeah, Marquez might appreciate that.
At this, Harry says, "I'm sorry. Did somebody say vault? This might be, depending on the make and model, this might be an interesting test for my engineering skills to see which one to see if I can apply them to safe cracking."
Oh, of course. Follow me down. I could use whatever help you can give me.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Now I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Ashford. You know how I am about new people. So, for lack of a better term, if he screws up, it's on you.
Understood. I am fully accepting of his sponsorship, shall we say, for this evening.
Yes. And very well. And that being said, Mr. Walsh, as I understand you are new. You'll have to forgive the apparent paranoia. The domain's been under a bit of stress as of late.
Yeah. The last I heard about it was actually the reason I'm down here. It was a couple of months ago, but I heard about a leading academic in our community who got killed by a. Yeah. Let's just say I heard about a leading academic in our community getting killed going missing under unfortunate circumstances, and I'm here to find out a little bit more about that.
No, he's not missing, buddy.
Oh.
He's dead.
Yeah. I'm here to find out a little bit more about that and to try to. I was sent down here to try to address.
Yeah, your best bet on that's probably to talk. Your best bet on that is probably to talk to the prince when he's around.
Yeah, well, that's part of the reason I'm down here. But anyway, we'll deal with that when the time comes. Meantime, onto this safe. I'm kind of interested to see what tech to see what the latest tech is for these new vaults.
Cynthia kind of waves a hand at that and at the mention of Prince because that's the reason why she's there. So.
Oh, yeah. We also have another new member that wishes to make a formal introduction. He kind of ushers Cynthia forward, and, this is Duke Day, an esteemed member of the Tarheel. He's a very good man. A bit traditional, but
she bows to him and gives her a card of her own, basically saying, Cynthia Rose Pennington, actress, and basically know where to get a hold of her if needed.
Very well. Also, as she starts to bow, he actually stops her as he takes his bow. Very well. As you said, I am Michael Day, Duke of the Guilford district out in Greensboro.
Mm-hmm. And she nods and says, I am Alex of the Malkavian clan, so it just leaves it at that.
Yeah. Ah, the clan of the wizard, clan of the wise clan.
Yeah.
Yes, unlike a lot of the peerage, I don't immediately dismiss your family.
Thank you. But yes, I would love to meet with the prince to tell him hello, I am here. So.
Well, unfortunately, Mr. Josiah has made himself scarce in recent nights.
Mm.
Like I said, we've been under a bit of stress in the domain. He's been working by proxy quite a lot.
I'm actually going to make a small roll on the side here, which Michael Day's not going to know about. And depending on my success here, I'm going to be pulling both my special. I'm actually going to be pulling 3 of my specialties to make this work. 10 dice, 3 specialties. Let's see if I can make it.
All right. Now, first of all, what are you rolling?
Intelligence computers. And I've just been casually on my cell phone while I'm talking. So. And sorry, no, 2 of my specialties. I can't use the 3rd because they don't have a quantum cell phone yet. So 2 of my specialties. This will be Prodigy and DeepNet are the 2 that I'm using. Intelligence computers.
Ah, there you go.
And I just only got the 9 knocked out. But with assuming standard difficulty, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. I was tracking the phone line. By hacking into the Bluetooth. Not by hacking into the Bluetooth, but tracking the signal from the Bluetooth to where the prince was. Do I make it given the sheer number of successes that I pulled, or do I have a general idea of what his ring is?
You have a bunch of ones and zeros.
Yeah, and that's where the I have a bunch of ones and zeros as to where they are. Like I said, that's why I use the deep. That's why I was pulling my specialty as well, so this way I could actually interpret those ones and zeros as to where they are.
Yeah, it's gonna take you. It's gonna take you a few minutes to interpret it.
All right, fair enough. But at least I have the ones and zeros now, so I'm working on the interpretation, and we're on our way to the vault or whatever. And my character
All right.
says,
He basically let's see. Give me just a second, gentlemen, madam. Let me get back up. See if I can get up with Marquez. See if he can give me an exact location on where he's at. You see, he reaches up, hits the Bluetooth again. Call Marquez.
and I'm going to roll that again.
Call Marquez.
Actually, may I?
Piece of shit technology.
May I?
Actually, reaches in and grabs the actual phone as you're speaking.
And
You
while
can
he's
make these things work.
yeah, he says, "May I?" Just takes a quick look at it and looks it over. And while he's doing that, I'm going to roll intelligence technology, specialty engineering.
Okay.
Nine dice. And okay, 2 of the 10s got neutralized,
Ooh.
but I still 2 of the 10s got neutralized, but that's not a problem because I still have enough of a 10 there that I've still got a specialty. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. I should be able to make the Bluetooth work again.
No, apparently what it is, as you say that name too, it doesn't recognize the name.
Oh. Ekman chuckle. Sorry, no, not Ekman. Sorry, wrong character. Wrong character. I'm still working my way through to the new character. Harry chuckles and hands it back, and Harry chuckles, hands it back, and says, "It appears that your particular Bluetooth is not recognizing the name. Let me try something different, and I'm going to roll intelligence computers to try to hack the Bluetooth to actually get it to recognize the name." This is going to be. I'm not pulling either of my two specialties for this one. Sorry, Prodigy. I am pulling. So let's pull Prodigy to see if I can pull this off. And that one, I got the 10s got neutralized again. Damn it! Just not my day for 10s.
2 successes though.
2 successes. I should be able to get it to recognize.
It's not recognizing the name. It's not recognizing the name as Marquez. It's recognizing the name as Marcus.
Oh, and with the successes, my character realizes that it's actually a language font issue. It's actually a language issue. So by deliberately changing the language, you know the language settings on computer programs like English to French.
Just changing it to French.
Yeah, changes it to French. Yeah, changes it to French and hands it back to Mr. Day. It says, "Try now."
Call Marquez. I'll be damned.
Yeah, language setting.
French, so it doesn't recognize the word call. Good job.
Call Marquise.
Yeah. Actually, my character.
Yeah. Day. Yeah. Do you have an exact address on where that vault is? Hey, slow down. You know I don't understand this technology shit. All right, let me find something to write with then.
Ekman hands him a pen. Sorry, no. Walsh hands him a pen and notebook.
Yep. Thank you, sir. See, he copies down my address. All right, thanks. Thank you, Marquez. And you actually see here, as he's turning off the Bluetooth, you're close enough you can hear Marquez's voice on the other end of the line. Get with the times, you old bastard.
That was that loud enough that my character could hear it?
Yeah, that was loud enough that you could hear it.
Okay, yeah, my character chuckles at that and goes, "Okay," shakes his head and just chuckles and shakes his head. By the way, I'm assuming the ding should be ready now on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, my character casually pulls out his phone and gets an address and slips it back into his pocket and says, "Well, let's head off to take care of that vault, and then afterwards we can take a look at and then afterwards we can go introduce ourselves to the prince, assuming he's available." And my character shoots a my character, at this point, having had his notebook, quickly writes something down and hands it to Michael Day. Nobody else sees this except for Michael Day. But basically what it is the prince's exact location at present, currently mentioned on a piece of paper. And as well, he also quietly, in such a way that, do I need to roll Dex Larceny for this, or just,
Well, if nobody else is actively trying to see
okay.
it, no.
Well, no, but basically, as long as nobody's actively trying to see it, my character basically holds up his phone and hits a button, and Michael Day can see basically a certain thing on the screen just gets deleted.
Cool.
Basically, so Michael Day now knows.
Hands you, yeah, he basically handing you back the notebook that has the address written down in it, and he says he continues to speak. When you get there, let him speak first. As he points over to Ashford, Marquez is even more paranoid than I've been in recent nights about people he doesn't know.
Fair enough, but the thing, of course, is that basically Michael Day now knows that I know where the prince is.
Okay.
So I'm surprised that Michael's not responding with
you gentlemen, madam. See what you can handle on that.
All right.
So
and,
the
can you give me a
address
call if your
ends up
technology's
taking
back
you.
up again.
Okay. The address takes you about a quarter of a mile outside of town,
Mm-hmm.
where you find yourself staring at the door of BB&T Raleigh branch. As you look up, it is a bank, obviously, but as you look up, it's a several-story skyscraper. We're talking, at minimum 40 to 50 stories.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting out in front of this bank is a single Wake County police car.
Yeah.
A black 57 Chevy. And a candy apple red old model Mustang.
Harry proceeds to wait while waiting for signs of anybody else to show up.
And Ashford, you recognize both of those cars. They're both Marquez's cars.
And Cynthia says pretty.
Dear, not now. We have work to do.
Oh yeah, that too. That actually is a good point too. There's also an old, very dirty looking 98 BMW sitting there as well.
So,
now, when I say dirty, I don't mean not clean. I mean it's like dusty. It's like bitten. It's almost like it's been drug up out of the dirt.
Got it. And I'm basically
that car you don't recognize, Ashford.
All right. And
I'm gonna roll I'm gonna roll intelligence, technology, specialty engineering to see if I recognize the make and model of the car.
Okay.
Part of my backstory, my character worked in a few car factories as early times, like back in the turn of the last century.
All right, you make that roll, Ashford. You go ahead and see if you can get you guys into the building.
Yeah. I'm basically, by the way, strength 4, gently tugging the freaking Octavian along so he doesn't get distracted.
4 successes.
It is indeed. It's a Jake. What model? What was the make and model on that car again? I know it's a BMW, but I don't remember the full details.
It's not a 90. It's not a 98. It's a 1995 BMW 525i.
Harry takes one look at it and goes,
All right, what roll do I need to make?
Actually, role play it.
Okay.
All right. As you get up to the bank door, it's slightly open. There's actually what looks like a small concrete block about the size of a regular brick is actually jammed into the door frame, holding it open.
Harry proceeds to follow up behind Ashford and heads into the bank himself.
He'll kind of flatten along the side of the door and kind of slide and shimmy into the thing. Just kind of hopping if there's a bar necessary, and just kind of gives the monkey this look like monkey see, monkey do.
Oh yeah, as you get inside, the place is covered. I mean, the place is covered in security. You know, there's obviously no actual security are in here, but you see basically, you know, X-ray machines, uh, metal detectors. There's a single handheld metal detector laying on a table as you come inside. You can see some distance away the back of a gentleman's head with about shoulder length hair. Nathaniel, you recognize it's Marquez, and you also see another young lady there. Honestly, not quite as stunning as Ashford's girl here, but you know, of equal looks. And again, Ashford, you recognize her to be Andy, and you see that there is a single police officer is here as well, and he is actually standing at a what looks like to be a bank vault door. The door has been opened. And as you're approaching, you see that the officer steps inside of the vault.
Oh, basically, you know, approach from the side. Evening, Marquez. I brought an engineer with me to help me with any security measures on the vault. I vouch for him. He's decent, at least, and seems quite competent in his duties. And as for Miss Cynthia,
I am about you know how I am about new people. So like I said, if he fucks this up, and it's about that time as he turns to meet your gaze, he instead meets the gaze of I'm sorry, I forget what your character's name is, Marie.
Cynthia.
All right. He meets Cynthia's gaze before he meets Ashford's, and it manages to cut him off mid-sentence.
She just kind of blinks at me a bit and smiles and moves.
Oh, madame. You know how to pick 'em then. You know how to pick 'em, Ashford.
He just has this evil, devilish grin on his face. Believe it or not, this one just showed up on the doorstep. She's from the clan of
shit.
So be careful.
Oh, great. Not only is she dressed to kill, looks like she could kill, she actually will kill.
Oh yeah, do enjoy chasing
anyway, about this. About this so-called engineer.
She goes up to Marquez really quick and just kind of gives a bow and says, "Nice to meet you. I presume you are Marquez then?"
And I am Marquez Lamatoya. I'm Duke of the Croatan district. As he turns, as he acknowledges over to the lady with him. This is Miss Amos, very close friend of mine. She is the Duke of the Foothills district.
She gives a bow and a nod. My lady.
Andy herself, she seems to acknowledge it more with a head nod, but it's almost as if she's only nodding her head out of courtesy. Almost as if she's wrapped up in something else.
Understand.
Meanwhile, Harry's kind of looking at the door, and I'm going to roll Intelligence, Technology, Specialty Engineering, just to see if he can get an idea of what the make and model of the lock are. Whoops, that was not supposed to happen. I accidentally rolled a single 10 when I was trying to get rid of... Damn thing got... There we go. Now I got
yeah, dice stream hacks up sometimes.
Okay, so let's try that again. 9 dice, Specialty Engineering and Specialty Prodigy, so I'm pulling 2 specialties out. Just to see if I can quickly learn the rankings on this lock. And okay, failed successes. I'm going to re-roll at a higher difficulty.
I can tell you though, it is an older model door just by the look of it.
Yeah.
Mainly because it doesn't look like a modern construction.
Yeah, which is part of the reason why
there's parts of it that actually look like they're actually brass.
Okay. Because of that. That's why I'm going to re-roll at a difficulty 7 to try again. That worked. 1, 2 successes. My character could probably use that to narrow down the year. My character could probably use that to narrow down the year that this lock was made.
1892.
Okay.
That explains it. That yeah, I know. We're trying to hurry. Yeah, I know we're trying to hurry here. Harry,
As you basically are looking at the lock, the cop that had stepped inside of the vault, it's a normal bank vault, minus the fact that laying on a table inside the vault is a body.
Oh.
That's your cue. There is your cue, Jake.
Okay. So, it's pretty dark in this vault. There's a body laying on it. He's dressed in like a pea coat and probably like a button-down shirt and some kind of like not tie, like a cravat or something around his neck. He's got like dark black, like messed up hair and really, really dark circles under his eyes. This body's really pale, and it seems that rigor has set in. So it's been there for, a little bit. And then I guess the corners of the lips will start to like curl back, and the nose will start to like sniff as the officer enters the vault. And then, without really moving or anything, just the thing like licks its dried lips, the body, and it goes, Tyson, my dear boy, it's been so long. And he opens up his eyes, and they're glowing bright, like violet pink. And he looks over at the officer and cocks his head to the side, and you hear like neck muscles crack.
Marquez, you need to get in here.
You are not Tyson? Officer, what year is it?
You see that the officer's hand has begun to make its way to his gun, to his firearm holster, as he's backing away from you.
I assure you, my dear boy, violence is, well, perhaps it's called for. And he just like looks at him, and there's probably some piles of bodies in the corner of this vault. Like rotting
Marquez
human
coming
remains.
around the corner stops. Yeah, Marquez stops as he comes around the corner, as he meets the gaze of Atticus. Did I hear you say Tyson?
Yes, that rambunctious scallywag sealed me in this vault and told me he would be back shortly after a business trip. And it's been, he looks over at the pile of bodies, quite some time. Thankfully, someone working
Roderick Tyson? Roderick Tyson?
I don't think I ever got his first name. Tyson. He called himself an earl or a duke, perhaps. Some antiquated title.
Son of a bitch. I'm afraid well, no, I'm not afraid. I'm quite happy of the fact that he met his final death a couple months back.
Ah, well, that explains why he didn't unlatch the gate, as it were. Excuse me. He tries to sit up, and as he sits up, like you just hear bones cracking and stuff, and he'll turn, and his feet will get all rigid, and his legs are completely straight, and then his knees creak into like the sitting position. And he looks over at Marquez and puts a hand on his heart. My name is Atticus Martens.
Marquez Leveltoin.
Pleasure to meet you.
Gentlemen, you're going to want to see this.
Ashford just walking crisply into the vault room and kind of stopping at the somewhat desiccated gentleman. Do I need to make perception rolls to see what I heard about the conversation?
Probably not. Speaking at full volume.
Alright. Well, you were asking the year. I hate to shock you, my dear friend, but it's 2015.
Ah, good. Then I've not been in here more than a few months.
Oh,
So let me get this right. So Tyson left you in this bank vault and
Yes,
didn't come back for you.
I was somewhat of an unwilling medical experiment, I believe. He has altered my biochemistry to a large degree. And he like nods his head over towards the rotting corpses in the corner of the thing.
Oh, son of a bitch. Well, the first thing we need to do is get you out of this vault without anybody seeing you. Thankfully, it is the middle of the night, so that won't be a problem.
Yes, I should feel very embarrassed to go out in public in these clothes. They're like covered in dust and blood.
how are you doing in managing your hunger, sir? I mean, it's been a while since you know, didn't want to
Point,
broach the issue,
he
but
points over at the pile of corpses. I've been fed well enough. Bodies come down the chute when I push the button, and that sort of thing.
Someone's been taking care of your feeding needs.
Hey, all right, sorry. What were you saying?
So someone's been taking care of your feeding needs, at least.
Oh yes, Maurice. I've not seen the lad, but I know for a fact he is a good, stalwart youth.
Anyway, interesting night, including you, sir. I met no less than 3 new members of the population.
Population. I've lived in.
Anyway, let's get you let's get you out of this vault.
Yes, please. And then I guess I'll step outside and see the chicks, and
Yeah.
I'll spend a point of blood to blush. Oh, please do excuse the state of my dress.
and Ashton will just kind of smile. You don't really have much to be ashamed of. I mean, whoever was attending you should have took care of your laundry needs and all.
You would think that he would at least, if he was going to lock me in here for a few months, allow me to pack a few items of clothing. But no.
Cynthia kind of giggles at that. Oh, you're fine, sweetie.
Andy seems to be again not at all really phased by it. She simply stands there blinking, silent.
I will attempt to make myself look small.
All right, done. This is Andy speaking. Marquez, dear, could you be a doll? Let the prince know that we've uncovered apparently some of Tyson's property. Marquez nods, pulling a phone from his shirt pocket. He steps to the side.
Property, I do believe that we've done away with slavery quite some time ago. I am also a white man. I am not property, I am a person, a citizen of North Carolina. I maintained a small apartment in Raleigh.
Fortunately, you're still in Raleigh.
Ah, wonderful. It is
Now, here's the
suitably
question.
dark outside.
Here's
Yes,
the
my
question
eyes.
that I have.
They
It
harm
is.
me.
Now, here is the other question I have. You said that that poor excuse for Tremere Tyson sealed you up in this vault. Would he happen to be your father, so to speak?
No. My father is Jan Martens of the undecayed Martenses of New England.
All right, let me see if I can rephrase that. how were you fed your blood? Did you feed directly from Tyson, or did he give this to you in a vessel of some type?
Well, I remember me and several of my friends were abducted, sealed away in some sort of laboratory. There was a device placed around my neck. Remember excruciating pain, neck-breaking pain, flesh-rending pain, as it were. I think he was trying to test some sort of anti-shock drugs because as the life were leaving me, as it were, he fed me some dark liquid in a vial. It seemed to mend itself. Ever since.
Yeah, well, so you're either a ghoul or you are one of us.
Yes. Well, I have been eating humans for the past few months, so perhaps I am a ghoul. I have heard of these Arabian ghouls digging bodies from under the sand and devouring them.
No. This is not quite. This is not quite the same, sir. I'm I'm going to have to inform you of the fact that you, sir, have become a creature of the night, a vampire.
I think that the voices would have told me if that was the case.
Well, let's examine the evidence, sir. You're eating bodies. You're half dead, probably completely dead. Have you felt your heartbeat in a couple of weeks?
Oh, no, not since the shock drug treatment. I assumed it slowed my metabolism to some degree.
Oh no, sir. I'm afraid not.
Most unfortunate. Does that mean I can turn into a bat? I find that would be quite a lovely escape from this cramped vault. And he closes his eyes and starts like concentrating really hard. And you can see like a vein start pulsing in his temple.
That might not be one of your talents. You said you heard voices. Perhaps you unlocked some sort of psychic potential.
Hey Josh, what's your willpower?
Willpower is now at a 7.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 7 dice at 7. Do talk into your head and say, well, you can hear the voices too. Anyone can. If anyone that cares to speak to you. I do well.
So this is just telepathy. You're not like casting the haunting on me?
No.
Alright. Okay.
I'm not a dirty Arcadia.
Well, that's fantastic. He seems quite adept. He looks over at Cynthia. I believe he's one of yours as well.
Well, actually, this could be fun.
I do believe we are cut from quite different cloth. He looks over at Cynthia, and then Cynthia, what is your
Not
Oh,
rolling.
never mind. I just gotta roll perception, empathy, diff 8. I'm doing aura perception.
I can't exactly roll right now, so.
You don't need to.
It's not a roll. It's a roll on him. It's the roll is on him.
Okay.
Oh boy. Alright, so I don't get any successes.
Yeah, you don't catch anything off of her.
But perhaps.
He'll look over at Harry. Do you happen to have your clan's skill with rapid movement? Perhaps we could get this gentleman bust out of here quick.
Sorry, no. My clan's. I have my clan's. Strength. I have my clan's strength, shall we say?
Oh boy. Well, don't launch him through a window.
You are an antiquated bunch, aren't you? It's very quaint. But alas, he takes he reaches into his jacket and takes out a set of car keys. Now that the door is open, hopefully no ruffians have put my vehicle up on blocks. Very nice to meet you all, but I have many things to do, namely change my clothes. I will speak to you at a different date. Very nice to meet you all, Marquez. I shall be in touch.
On a side note, she hands him a card saying where he can at least reach her in Ashford.
I'll spirit touch the card.
My character will also hand a card as well.
I will spirit touch both the cards. This one's for Josh and Marie.
Alright.
So that's 3. So yeah, just give me your information, like your age, state of mind, and your name.
Oh, she's 21, quite crazy, and Cynthia Rose Pennington.
Alright, and Guthrie, lots of successes. I have a specialty in empathy, so
Yeah, you not only get my character's the fact that my character was turned in 1905. You actually get most of my character's backstory, including the fact that his sire died in World War I, went MIA in World War I. Worked on the aerospace worked with the aeronautics consulting group for the Navy in World War II. Worked on the NASA projects, has been an environmental activist, blah, 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 blah. You basically see his entire life's history from the Spirit Touch.
okay, cool. And yes, I shall come and visit you at your university.
Yep. When the time comes.
Yes, when
the
time comes.
taking his leave, as the gentleman is taking his leave, Andy does call out to him. When you have a moment, it would behoove you to introduce yourself to our prince. He's somewhat anal about knowing the people that he serves.
Anal prince. Quite. Yes, I will find this prince. I'll ask Marquez once I've procured myself the cellular device.
Yeah. And with that, so is Atticus leaving now, or?
Yeah, I gotta go.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Heads out to the.
Yeah.
He
Cool.
takes his leave.
Cool. Well, with that in mind, Harry turns back to the crowd and goes, "Well, now that he's gone, I was going to say something about possibly introducing ourselves to the prince, but in light of this current lockdown that I've heard about, I'm not necessarily sure that's a good idea."
No, you're new. People need to get to know you. Need to be introduced, and you've made a good step. So I'd say, just make yourself available in the next few nights.
All right, fair enough. Of course, that reminds me. With that in mind, because of the fact that my character also using his specialties tracked the location because of the ones and zeros, he would have also known which cell phone was being used at the time. So with that in mind, my character's going to go, you know what? It's probably easier if I just call him and make up an appointment anyway. And with that, I'm actually going to pull up my cell phone for realism purposes. He pulling up the ones and zeros from the eidetic memory. He traces them back into his phone and puts the phone to his ear to actually puts it on speakerphone to ring the prince.
It rings no less than about 10 times with no answer.
Shrugs his shoulders, hangs up, tries the call one more time with the auto callback feature, puts it on speaker.
About Marquez has made his way back over, his phone going into his pocket as he stops and looks up. Where did he go?
What, you mean Atticus? Oh, he left for his car.
Oh, you did tell him to see the prince, right?
Yep. Andy took care of that.
Oh, thank you, dear.
I think it might be a bit more.
A voice comes over the phone. Yeah, it is Quan.
Hello. Is this the phone? Is this the phone for the company president?
The hell are you talking about, nigga? It's a payphone, man.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. Sorry, my mistake. Wrong number. And with that, he hangs up the phone.
You actually hear the guy hear a voice as you're hanging up the phone. Motherfuckers be calling this number all the damn time.
So the prince was calling from a payphone. Okay. Oops. Anyway, just casually shrugs his shoulders and puts it away. Okay, so I guess that particular payphone's I guess that knowing that's a payphone, I guess he is I guess he's more secure than we realized. All the better.
Well,
Now, you know where the payphone is.
Pardon?
You know the location of the payphone, though.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna go into the area and start scanning for the prince. I mean, I thought it was a cell phone or something. But if he's gonna hide himself, what's the point of even if I know where the location of the payphone is, that doesn't necessarily mean I know which house in one of a number of blocks he's in.
Exactly.
Yep.
Marquez, same thing. He puts up a finger. Actually, you did say you needed to speak with. Did you need to speak with Sam? I'm done with you, though.
Yeah, I do need to. I've been sent down by one of my former benefactors, specifically to address the death of a leading academic in our community.
Oh, let me guess. That dumbass Ekman.
Yeah, that was him. My benefactor and I are concerned about the possibility of trying to address some of the more environmental aspects that he was attempting to work on, and more specifically, I have some information for the prince's ears only.
As you, the same time as you're speaking, you see Marquez, standing here. He's one finger as he's rolling a finger in the air while you speak. Do you need to speak to him?
Was that directed at me, or sorry, out of character? Was that directed at me or at Cynthia?
That was it. That was to you.
Yes, I do need to speak to him.
Give me a minute. He produces his phone and makes a motion with his finger on the phone, then hits a button, and you hear the phone begin ringing. It rings a couple of times. Another voice comes through on the line. This is not nowhere his accent, and nowhere near as high or as regal as Andy's voice. A more calm but commanding voice. What is it, Marquez? Well, Prince, we got some new blood in town that wanted to talk to you. Ah, new blood. Maybe they can manage to not get themselves killed this time. But put them on. Marquez basically acknowledges the phone to you, Harry. Or basically just nods. He nods as he hands the phone to you.
Harry takes it and goes, hello, my prince. This is Harry Walsh. I just recently moved in from Boston from MIT. I'm told to tell you that I'm sure you'll recognize the name. I've been sent down here to deal with the aftermath of one Dr. Cal Ekman's death, and more specifically, I was sent by a Dr. John Nesbitt. Out of character, I'm presuming the prince will actually know who this is.
He's old enough, he'll know.
Yeah, he'll know. Dr. John Nesbitt sent me down here. I need to speak with you in private. I need to speak with you as soon as possible, please. Again, not imposing on you, of course.
Probably been made aware of. Unfortunately, my the domain is in a bit of upheaval at this point, so arranging a private meeting, while I won't say is impossible, will be very challenging.
I understand that, I understand that, my prince. I just wanted to make you aware of the fact, though, that I am in town, and more specifically that I and Dr. Nesbit are working together. I can't say any more, considering that you and I both know of Dr. Nesbit's actual condition.
Indeed, indeed. Very well. Where have you chosen a location of residence in the state yet? I should say.
Yes, I am currently going to be at NC State University, where I'm completing my third and fourth years of my PhD in engineering.
Ah, very good, very good. NC State, beautiful campus.
Mm-hmm. If you wish to, I will be in lab. I will be in lab 301A of blank building. If you ever need to come speak to me, my prince, just feel free to let me know that you're coming ahead, so that and I'll be available for you at any given time.
Very well, very well. But usually I wouldn't do this over the phone. I would do this in more formal matters. But as I've said, we're in a bit of a small crisis. I have to inquire as to whose family you are representing here.
Oh, I'm representing the looks around to make sure there's no mortals present. I'm representing Clan Bruja.
Ah, very well. There's not very many of you in the state, I'm afraid.
Yeah, well, what can I say? I don't know how long I'll be staying here for. It may be a matter of weeks, maybe a matter of years. It all depends on how long it takes me to conduct the business that Dr. Nesbit sent me to do, and to complete my degree, of course.
Very well. Well, with that being said, and the fact that you are holding residence at NC State, has anyone made you aware yet of how the Dukes and Duke system that we utilize in the state?
I've heard a little bit, mostly rumors from across the country, but beyond that, I know very little of how the system actually works.
Oh, very well. We'll take care of that. Marquez, and you notice that the gentleman, the prince, apparently thinking he's on speakerphone.
Oh, sorry. Puts you on
Hearing
speakerphone.
no-
Speakerphone.
Yeah. Marquez? Yes, sir. Is he the only? No, sir. There's at least two more. One of them has took his leave for the evening, and I'm understood that he was told to speak with you. But there is another young lady here that needs to speak with you as well. Oh, very well. Bring her over, Mr. Walsh. We can kill two birds with the same stone here.
Ashford just kind of looked around like this. Oh my, shoot me now, look.
She takes the phone happily. Hello, my prince. My name is Cynthia Rose. I have moved here from California. I'm not really currently doing anything, but trying to examine my sister's death.
Somewhat of a grief stay at my house.
Very well. Your sister, you say. You have a... That's interesting. I only know of one death amongst our community recently.
Well, it kind of went in a huge rumor about on a certain clan that an Alice Marie Pennington has, well, hit the bucket.
Oh, that's this Nathaniel looks dejected.
That is the same name I am aware of. You're investigating her untimely passing? Do I understand this correctly?
Yes, sir, I am.
I will give you this much information now. I'm afraid Miss Pennington was the unfortunate victim of a well-placed sniper shot, a shot that I'm pretty sure was actually intended for Mr. Woodrow Dannington, Duke of the East Carolina District.
I see. Looks at Ashford as if apologizing. Well, if you'd like to know, I'm taking up current residence in Mr. Ashford's house, so I will be out of your hair if you'd like a further meeting with me. Also,
At some point, yes, ma'am, I would. Like I said, had just spoken with Mr. Walsh. Unfortunately, our domain is in a bit of an upheaval right now, so security is a of dire concern.
oh, I understand, sir. It would be on your time.
Cynthia, could I please borrow this phone?
Which, by the way, the phone is on speaker. So.
Okay. Now, I hate to bother you, but I'm probably going to be moving to Appalachia to serve as a hand for Mr. David on the council. And seeing as Appalachia is a highly combative district, could I possibly get special zoning permits for fortifications to my residence?
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem, Mr. Ashford. Actually, if you are able to speak with Mr. Dannington, he actually has a acquaintance of mine is doing some work on his haven, and she may be able to set you up with something.
Thank you, sir.
And meanwhile, I'm rolling intelligence computers with my own cell phone currently active. And we're going to see what happens. And again, this is happening while the conversation's going on. Specialties weren't activated, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
You get the exact same one code. Exact same code.
Good. My character, upon getting that exact same code, smiles and goes, "Okay, they're." My character smiles and thinks internally, "Good. These guys really do have good security. I don't need to suggest anything for improvement." And he's thinking this internally, by the way.
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, I'm so apologies, gentlemen and madam. I'm afraid I've been remiss in something. As I was speaking with Mr. Walsh about the Duke and Duchess policy here in the state, how this works is the particular district in which you are residing has a individual that is referred to as a Duke or Duchess, sex dependent, and this individual serves as a pseudo-prince of sorts for that particular district. These individuals serve as my Primogen Council here in Raleigh. If at any point you need to speak with me, or if you need to speak to the council at any point, those are the gentlemen and ladies that you will need to speak with first to procure your time. Mr. Walsh, as you are in the Wake District, you are fortunate that your Duke actually is myself.
All right.
Now, Mr. Ashford, you are, of course, or what you wish that you are to be speaking with in this same situation. Though, Madam, it must make you aware, my childer, a certain Jeremiah Biltmore, is the Duke of the Mecklenburg District, where your benefactor is residing this evening.
If there needs to be any further introductions made, I will gladly give her the proper addresses and the proper attire so she doesn't embarrass herself in front of any officials. But thank you for your time, my most noble prince.
Very well, very well. Now you find you gentlemen and madam, and you too, Marquez, whatever you are, to which you hear Marquez bust into that, bust into the laugh. after
Also-
with that Cage and Axe. Take care of yourselves. Watch your back. Be
My
careful.
friends,
Yes, ma'am.
And
if you want to know, I represent the clan Malkavian.
Ah, another. There is, I know of at least one other of your family, of a Mr. Florian Bouchard, who's made
Yes.
himself known.
Seems to be an influx.
There does.
yep.
Very well, as I've said, you fine people. Do take care of yourselves this evening and watch your backs. As I've said, we do have some stress.
Understood.
And with that, out of character, I have to go. So I'm gonna have to terminate the broadcast. But out of character,
Very well.
in character, Harry says, "Well, I've got to get back to my lab. I've literally got a project with I've literally got a project where I'm trying to quantum entangle laser pointers right now, and I got to get that thing finished. So nice meeting you all, and I will catch you guys at a later point." And does anybody else have anything to say before the broadcast terminates?
Oh, no, you're good.
All right,
Wrap it up.
cool. And with that, that's the scene. That's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for next scene.